Alrighty. Hey guys, what's up? This is the King of K-pop, aka Kyle here. This is a pretty much a request video asked by a new subscriber named MyCSS 2010, and he or she wanted my opinion on or you, if you're watching this, you wanted my opinion on how I think K-pop has revolutionized since the time I first started listening to it, up until now in this point in time. So how I think K-pop is revolutionized, I think it's revolutionized greatly. From the time I listened to K-pop in late 1999, it was very, how should I say, unknown and dark and very underground to the American audience population. Like I said, if you click on playlist and then click on playlist, which just should be on your left side on my home page, and then click the playlist that's titled Kyle's K-pop, which will go into detail as to how I get into K-pop, a video on that playlist. For me, K-pop has, always been, music that I've seen just like, I feel like it's always been like American music to me, in terms of I never really saw it as it just being really a big difference between the two. I mean, other than the multi-language differences, it was all music to me. I loved it, still do. So to me, I think the K-pop K-pop has revolutionized tremendously, to the point where sometimes it's kind of got a little bit overbearing, because I made my video talking about how the K-pop scenery, the artists, there's so many artists, there are more artists now, and it's overflowing the K-pop scene than ever before. And that's probably one of the downsides, I would think, to the K-pop revolution or whatever. To me, I see K-pop as being something that was a diamond in the rough from at the time I grew up listening to it and watching the music shows, to being something that now everyone's aware of, and everybody's like, oh, hey, this is what's hip, this is what's hot. I probably said around Sonichi Day, like around that time, 2007-ish, people started to kind of take notice to K-pop a little bit, slowly but surely. And as years went by, I think once you hit 2010, the 2010 mark breach, I think more people became aware of K-pop. And when the 2011 mark hit, it was more. And then 12, it's more, it's just as big in 12 than it was in 2011. So I think 2010 to right now 12, but 11 probably the most so, where K-pop has. Well, let me take it back. I think 2007 was when people, American international fans, started to be aware a little bit of K-pop. 2010 was when more people got aware of K-pop. 2011 was when K-pop got so popular to the point they got this thing called the Hallyu Wave. And now, not only international fans are noticing it, but even singers here in the U.S. are starting to take notice to K-pop in 2011, and that boom is still carrying throughout, to 2012. So, as each year gets by, K-pop it is growing exponentially each and every time. Not as much as it was when I watched it, 10 years ago. So K-pop has definitely, gotten more notoriety than it's ever had. I think that the good side to the whole popularity thing is that I think K-pop, it's growing exponentially. The music's good, and a lot of people are starting to become aware that, hey, music we have in the U.S. sucks. Foreign music is way better. So, I think more people become aware of that. That's the good thing. The bad thing I would say about the K-pop revolution is two things. One, I think, is the K-pop music's market. They see this as a cash cow, and so they're just running artists and idol groups out like a cookie factory, which I think kind of hurts the product um, or would hurt it in the long run. Second thing I think was kind of bad about the K-pop revolution, which I understand, I totally agree with, and that is, for me personally, one of the things I liked about K-pop was that it was always clean cut and alternative to American music. You know, American music is kind of like, you know, vulgar and stuff, and even the videos and content. K-pop, they can be sexy, but not sexy without crossing the line. And I think because the Korean culture has such morals and values that they don't want to compromise, or would in terms be stubborn to compromise their morals and their beliefs in terms of their music, to try to change and try to appease to the American market. And the American market might not accept that or take that very well, which like I said, I can understand for you know, K-pop artists and the companies that they don't want to do that, because to me, K-pop is clean cut, you know, music, has good, you know, messages, the censor music, and the content is always clean. You don't have to worry about, you know, a little kid or something looking at something that has no business. So because of that, I think that might hurt it, because America is more loose foot, fancy free, and it's like, if you're not loose foot and fancy free with America and you're not down with that, then too bad, you're out of luck. So that's my one fear I kind of have with K-pop. And then thirdly, even though I'm glad for the global success of K-pop, the one bad thing I do think out of this K-pop revolution is that some people may consider this to be a fad. And I'm going to make a separate video on that after this to really talk about that more in detail. But yeah, so from my thing about from K-pop, from when I first started watching it, you know, nobody knew about it. You know, I was like the only black kid on the block, if not the entire world, or in the states of the U.S. that knew of and heard and listened to K-pop music and knew about K-pop artists. From the first generation to currently now the second generation of idols that we have. So for me, it was kind of like a thing that, you know, just very few people, at least that I befriended, that I knew about it, knew that I listened to it. They didn't listen to it too much. But since it's grown exponentially over the years, you know, you have the internet, which gives easier access to it. K-pop has become the, you know, the hottest new trend now, you know, for a lot of, you know, teenage, young adults, maybe some older people as well, across the globe. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I explained everything to the best of my ability. So yeah, so stay tuned for anyone else who's watching this. Stay tuned for our video on a pretty serious topic, and that is this K-pop a fad in the U.S. in the States. So stay tuned for that. Peace out.